I mean, it's got to be overwhelming in some ways. The sets are gigantic. Everything about it is as big and bold as you get. But does it kind of compensate because Guillermo is such a warm presence? Does he put you at ease? Give me a sense of sort of how that worked for you.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I was totally overwhelmed the entire time. I mean, we were shooting that from February to October of last year, and I was never able to get over the fact that he was Guillermo del Toro, and I wish I had been able to, but I couldn't. I was very aware of the fact that I was working with Guillermo on the movie that you've always wanted Guillermo del Toro to make.
Right.
Um, and I was in my head a lot, and I remember just feeling very scared and overwhelmed. And I remember landing in Toronto and it was a very pressurized environment. Everyone knew what time it was. It's Guillermo making the movie that you've always wanted him to make, and maybe other people I'm sure everyone was aware of that, but I don't know. I was just constantly in my head, and looking back at that time, I wish I could have kind of gotten out of my way a little more.
Right.
But I do believe that there's something mystical that takes place, and movies and roles, they find you when they come to you at the point that they're meant to come to you.
Yeah.
And there was a certain point where I realized, well, it's not going away. I just feel totally overwhelmed and scared, and as though I'm just going to completely fail at this. And maybe I just work with that as opposed to, trying to impose my will on how I think I should be feeling, and what I want the scene to go like, and just release myself to the process. Because if I start trying to micromanage how I feel, I'm actually just closing up parts of me, and that's not good for the work. You just got to work with whatever's coming to you, and that helped. But you said that Guillermo del Toro was just one of just so joyful, one of the kindest people I've ever met. Sometimes he would just send me a basket of ice cream to my home, because he's just so kind and thoughtful.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
It was my daughter's birthday, and she was obsessed with dinosaurs at that time, so he sent her this huge package with everything dinosaur related. And I mean, he just goes above and beyond, and really such a dream to work with.
I mean, the stuff you were talking about at the beginning of that answer really resonates. It's the thing that comes up throughout the 700 plus conversations I've had on this podcast, which is imposter syndrome, which is like, whether you're starting out or Gary Oldman doing it for 50 years, fear, inadequacy, it kind of never goes away. I guess it's about kind of just keeping it at bay so it's not debilitating. And as you say, it's also like, finding that comfort level. You can be, I guess, nervous in your trailer, nervous at the hotel the night before, as long as once the cameras are up, you can shut out the noise and do what you can do. It's all going to come out okay.
Yeah, I've just started telling everyone that I'm scared. There's been moments when we're about to shoot a scene, and then the cameras are rolling, and then I'll just look at my actor and I'll just say, I actually kind of think, I'll just say I'm really scared, and then I'll start the scene. And then just being able to say that out loud and being able to be vulnerable like that
Yeah.
actually really helps to get into the moment, as opposed to trying to hide things. I just reveal everything, and I find that that's been helpful lately.
That makes sense.